Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Fire Red with only one Chansey was super weird like usual. Let's follow that up with a hard one. Today's the day that we figure out would I be able to beat Pokemon Fire Red with a team of only one Meditite. So Meditite is a super interesting Pokemon. Fighting and Psychic type with attack and defense that match its special attack and special defense. We also have a little bit higher speed, but pretty low max HP. This is still quite a bit weaker than first form starters. Where it gets interesting is its level up moves. Yeah, we're stuck with only Bide until level 9, so that sucks, but after that we learn some actually cool moves. Getting Recover is pretty awesome. Problem is, we still learn very few attacking moves, so I think that we'll have to rely on TMs for that. On the TM move list, I'm seeing Psychic right away, so that's probably a must-have. Honestly, I'm not seeing much here that's very interesting. Maybe I'll take a look at Brick Break since it's more reliable than High Jump Kick. It's hard to say. We're really lacking good attacking moves. Like always, I'm writing this script as I go through with the challenge, so all this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I'm not sure. I'm looking at the stats, and it's looking super frail. We've got Recover though, so that gives me some hope. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Meditite. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Bulbasaur with Meditite so that we can do the whole run with it. Our nature is docile, so neutral stat gains. I'm fine with that. I name him Medichop because that's hilarious. Shoutouts to Sero on Twitter for that one. Our ability is Pure Power, and it says it just raises attack, so I had to go look it up on Bulbapedia, because raises attack is unbelievably vague. Over on Bulbapedia, it says that it doubles our attack stat. That sounds strong. Like, super strong. I actually didn't know about this ability when I wrote down this idea for this challenge. Is this gonna be easier than I thought it was? So it's time to grind. Before I can even get into the forest, I have to grind against enemies on Route 1. We only have Meditate and Bide until level 9. Meditate doesn't do any damage, and Bide deals back double the damage that they dealt to us, so we have to take damage to deal damage. That means that we have to go to the Poke Center for a lot of healing, and this whole part is brutally slow, but hey, at least I only have to do it for 4 level ups. That's still probably not as bad as grinding Magikarp in the forest, and I've done that before. Once we got Confusion, the forest became pretty easy, considering just how many poison types are here. Hey, why is Psychic good against poison? Like, I get that it's probably just for balance reasons, but what's the in-universe explanation? I get that fire melts ice, I get that water conducts electricity, I get that water puts out fire. Plenty of type advantages make sense. But Psychic and poison? Psychic doesn't exist in the real world, so I guess it's already an uphill battle to make type advantages that make sense. But then you have Poison. Poison offensively kind of makes sense. It's good against plants, kind of like a pesticide, but on defense it makes no sense to me. What is Poison in this context? How do you defeat Poison? Should Water type be strong against Poison because it dilutes it, or should Poison be strong against Water because it contaminates it? Why is Ground super effective against it? Wouldn't the poison infect the ground it's buried in? Kind of like it does a plant? If Normal type is the absence of anything out of the ordinary, and Poison is described as poison because it's poisonous to the average person, wouldn't that mean that Poison should be super effective against Normal? Man, I've got too many questions, and I get the feeling that no one has an answer to any of this. I'm gonna go squash the Rock Gym real quick. Of course, the Rock Gym was super easy, even at a low level. Brock's team sucks, and the only reason why we usually have a hard time in here is because Rock resists a lot of very common types. Just by having a moderately powered special attacking move makes this whole fight trivial. While we go through Mount Moon, let's go over the next part of the run. We've got the Water Gym and the first hard rival fight. I don't think we could win at the Water Gym yet, considering just how little damage we'd deal to Starmie and the fact that she loves using Recover in this game. Maybe we could beat our rival, but I worry about Pidgeotto at the start. Either we get sand attacked and the whole fight becomes heavily luck-based, or Gust messes us up because we're fighting type. Here's my hope. Our ability doubles our attack, so I'm gonna pick up Mega Punch or Mega Kick from the tutors on our way to Cerulean. Hopefully that'll be crazy strong and get us a few easy wins until we can get to level 33 to just learn High Jump Kick, which will be stronger. Oh, and we have Hidden Power, but I haven't been able to figure out what type it is so far. I think it's either Dark or Ghost. It's neutral against everything I try so far. Okay, let's get to Celadon. On our way there, I took the Helix Fossil. I knew that if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone ask anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. First try at the Water Gym starts great as we one-shot Staryu with Mega Kick. Problem is, Starmie is faster than us and deals more than half of our health and damage with Water Pulse. Okay, that's fine. I bet we'd still win in a few levels. Let's try the rival fight first. Hey, the rival fight actually went okay for once. Yeah, we took a lot of damage early from Gust, and Rattata hit us a few times, but Mega Kick was dealing great damage against everyone. This gives me high hopes for our damage output once we get High Jump Kick. Oh, also, Hidden Power isn't super effective against Abra, so I still don't know what type it is. It's normal effectiveness against everything I've fought since getting it, so I'm pretty sure it's Dragon type, which makes this probably useless, because I think the only dragon in all of Fire Red that's dangerous is Lance's Dragonite, and Hidden Power is just too weak of a move to get away with that late in the game against a pseudo-legendary. Not when we're using a Meditite. Well, with that done, we can get Nugget Bridge out of the way. I actually hardly leveled though, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to beat the Water Gym yet. You know what? I have an idea. I went straight for the SSN. Part of this is for levels, but it's also because of the TM for Brick Break. It's slightly weaker than Mega Punch, but it has the same type attack bonus, and that'll end up making it stronger for us. Plus 100 accuracy, so that's always a massive deal for me. It's got a side effect of breaking reflect and light screens, so if we run into that, it might be good. Let's try the rival fight while we're here, then we can go after the water and electric gyms. Okay, after embarrassingly losing the first try to Kadabra using Kinesis so many times that we could not land a hit, we get this try where we sweep his entire team. Yeah, I kinda get the feeling we're ready for the gyms now. Here we are, finally at the water gym. So ready, in fact, that they never hit us. That's awesome. Let's go try the electric gym. Well, would you look at that? They never even landed a hit on us. They paralyzed us, but that was from static. We beat them up so hard, we were paralyzed. Pokemon's just crazy like that. Next up is Rock Tunnel, and thanks to us having both fighting moves and psychic moves, this place is pretty easy. Psychic types for the poison ones, fighting for the rock ones. My plan right now is to try and upgrade our Confusion to Psychic, then clear out all of Celadon City in one go. I'm not worried. Hey, so I have ad written down again, but I yet again do not have a sponsor lined up. As I'm voicing this over though, it's been a couple days since a premiere where this exact same thing happened. So I went on a rant about Super Thanks and how hilariously dumb that name is. They really, really, really need to change that. And you guys ended up doing a ton of Super Thanks. So, super thanks for that. It obviously didn't completely offset the lack of a sponsor or anything, but I super appreciate it. I'll make sure the money goes to a good place. So like, either the bank or I'm using it on cat food. Yeah, I'm probably using it on cat food. My cats eat like you wouldn't believe. The moment I can get to Celadon City, I get the tea and go to Saffron to pick up the TM for Psychic. This is a huge upgrade from Confusion, and will probably be what carries us through the Grass Gym. Before doing the Grass Gym though, I've got to fight Giovanni. I don't literally have to, but he's usually pretty easy, and he's got lots of trainers in his hideout, so that's a chance to level up a little bit. I don't really think he stands a chance. Yeah, he didn't even land a hit on us in that fight. We have fighting type moves, I don't see him putting up a fight for us the entire run. And Psychic really paid off in the Grass Gym right after. They did mess us up a little bit, but Psychic is nearly twice as strong as Confusion, so this is pretty good. We just have the Pokemon Tower rival fight left. Okay, well, Pidgeotto survived Psychic to hit Gust. It didn't do much, but we lost some health. Water Onix is next, so our attack is down from Intimidate. 2 Psychics took it down, but we're just a hair above half health. For Execute, we land High Jump Kick, but it did just under half of his health and damage, and we were put to sleep. While we were under, he used Reflect and Confusion. We were able to Brick Break through it and take him out in just a couple of hits once he woke up, but we lost a lot of health. Kadabra is next, so I went for High Jump Kick and thankfully one-shot him. I'm just happy that he didn't finish us off. Last was Charmeleon. We High Jump Kick to leave him with a Sliver, he embers us down to only 5 health, and we finished him off with Psychic. Was that the first hard Pokemon Tower rival fight ever? We're on the road again, it's time to head south to the Poison Gym. Now, I know that we're not a great special attacker, but we've got Psychic, so I think that we'll do fine in that fight. I'm not convinced that we could beat the Fire Gym or Silph Co yet, so even if I beat the Poison Gym, I don't think that means it's smooth sailing. Let's see how it goes. Poison Gym went great. I figured it probably would, but you never quite know. Koga's been giving us a lot of trouble recently. You never know when he's gonna ruin your accuracy or something. Well, with that done, we gotta try the Fire Gym early. I know Blaine in Gen 3 is actually a decent gym leader, but he was so hilariously bad the last time we fought him, even in Fire Red, that I had to fight him early just because I'm curious. We should get 2 attack drops from Intimidate in that fight though, so I'm not gonna assume that we're gonna win. Let's go find out. Man, we actually lost pretty badly. We can one-shot Growlithe, but as soon as we get past that, we just keep getting hit by Fire Blast. Even from the weaker members of the team, Fire Blast is super dangerous. Maybe we should do Silph Co first then. So we're at Silph Co now. There's tons of trainers to fight in here, and I'll probably fight most of them, but right now I just kind of want to fight a few and try the rival fight. I don't think I'll win, and I'll probably need to grind a lot before we make any progress in this run, but I like to at least try at a lower level if I'm already in the area. Well, we're going through Silph Co. This is a great time for MDB AMA, where you guys ask me questions in the comments that includes MDB AMA, and I'll answer them on the show. I'm gonna grab some questions. Let's do some quick questions today, rapid fire. Rick Mellis wants to know what my favorite Pokemon type is. My favorite type is Poison. I think it's just because there's a ton of Poison type Pokemon with super cool designs that I like, but Poison's always been my favorite. Payre's 2 cents wants to know if I'd ever react to other people's challenges, mainly J-Rose and MNJTV. Honestly, I don't think I will. I'm just not that much of a React guy. I know the format. In fact, I remember the foundational days of it from way back in the day, before it was like how it is now, and it just never really seemed like my thing. I'm cool with people doing reaction videos of my videos, just as long as they like link it and properly credit it. But personally, I don't think I'd have as much fun reacting to other people's stuff as I would just making my own videos. Nothing against J-Rose and MNJTV, of course. I've seen plenty of videos from both of them, and I thought they were really fun. Plus, J-Rose is wonderful every time I talk to the guy. If you're not already watching him, then you should be. He's great. Okay, Jen Hocho, absolutely fantastic name. She wants to know how my neck is doing. Thanks for asking. It kind of depends on the week. I'm at a stage in recovery where I'll sometimes have a good week where it's just kind of stiff in general and needs a lot of stretching but is otherwise okay, followed by a week where I'm getting really bad nerve pains in the ribs and the chest and can't sit down for long. The stretches and everything help, but the biggest thing that's slowly given me more good days than bad days was when I got to the point in recovery where I could finally lift weights again. I'm not really lifting much weight yet, but it feels incredible to finally be able to again, and building my back muscle up has really helped me support my terrible neck. Alright, those are the questions for this episode. If you have a burning question you just need answered on the show, then make sure to put MDB AMA in your comment so it's easy for me to search for. Thanks. Right, so the Silph Co Rival. It did not go well. So against our rival, we one-shot Pidgeot with a crit, but right away was Charizard and we hardly did anything. Flamethrower alone nearly took us all the way to red health. I think that we got a free pass for a while because of our good damage output, but we are super frail now that we're fighting stuff with decent moves and stats. Okay, next try after clearing the building and another route that I passed earlier. All the way at level 59, and Pidgeot is still easy. Charizard is brutal though. We only survived because he missed Scary Face the first time, giving us an extra chance to attack him. Flamethrower nearly one-shot us from full health. Against Execute, I healed back up, but we ended up getting paralyzed. We could still take down Execute just fine, but it really made the Alakazam fight harder. We were stuck fighting him for ages as he just spammed Future Sight, normally a nearly useless move, but when you're constantly struggling to use Recover because you're paralyzed and need to heal between hits, it becomes super difficult. It took forever, but we took him down. Last was Water Onyx though, so we just got hit by the last Future Sight, couldn't heal thanks to paralysis, and got finished off. Considering we only ever got past Charizard through luck, we weren't ready for this yet. I decided to grind even more and go to the Fire Gym. Now this took like 8 tries because we just kept missing High Jump Kick, but even when we didn't, it was pretty normal to go down to Fire Blasts. On this run through, one of them missed, so we made some progress. I thought we would still lose since we usually do less than half of their health and damage with High Jump Kick by the second Intimidate, but we crit, so we won anyway. Well, that was nice. I still don't think I'm ready for the rival fight though. So I tried the rival fight after this, and it was insane. We crit Charizard to get a one-shot, and thanks to that, most of the fight was easy. We still got paralyzed, but even against Alakazam, we lucked out. He used Reflect, we used Brick Break, and it one-shot him. There was so much good luck in that one battle that this probably saved me from having to level up more. Let's go beat Giovanni. Yeah, that was super easy as expected. Fighting in Psychic really is the perfect combo, considering this guy loves Rock, Poison, and Normal types. The Psychic Gym right after also went great, with the only one that kept us from sweeping them being my own bad move choice against Venomoth. We have Giovanni again right away with the Ground Gym next. How easy do you think that's gonna be? Oh man, it was such an easy battle that we swept it. Alright, that was a few fun, easy fights. I'm ready to go get destroyed by our rival now. Yeah, so we can one-shot Pidgeot at the start, but Charizard just uses Scary Faced to get faster than us, and then two-shots us with Flamethrower. That's brutal. I think I'm gonna need to level again. I mean, we can't really learn any moves that one-shot him, so I don't really see this being possible until either we're faster or can survive 2 flamethrowers. Okay, we're back 5 levels later. Now, we're sometimes able to beat Charizard because he'll use Scary Face, then a weak Slash, making his flamethrower not finish us off. You'd think we'd still be doomed, but right after is Rhydon, so we actually get a chance to heal back up easily with a Recover, now that we know it. Problem is, right after is Execute, and on every try, I just got paralyzed right away. Because of that, Alakazam right after is horrible to fight. His Psychic does a lot of damage, and our luck is just awful. Of course, we missed a High Jump Kick. I think I could win this if I just don't get paralyzed. So I guess we'll keep trying until Stun Spore misses. I'm back after so many failed attempts, you don't even know. On this one, I didn't get paralyzed, but I've long since learned that not getting paralyzed does not mean you win this fight. Next is Alakazam, and 9 out of 10 times High Jump Kick does not one-shot him, and he messes us up with Psychic. But this time, it was a one-shot, so we saved some damage. Last was Water Onyx, and in the end, the only reason we didn't faint when he used Rain Dance and Hydro Pump is because his Hydro Pump missed. Yeah, after this battle, I really don't think I'm finishing this run at anything less than level 100. So we're walking to the Elite Four. I really don't feel confident, I gotta say. Yeah, Lorelei might be easy, and I even think Bruno won't be a problem, but Agatha might be hard, and Lance will for sure be brutal. He's got 3 flying types, and they're all pretty strong. Plus, Dragonite is a pseudo-legendary, and we're frail, so I don't see us lasting that long in that fight. Now that we're at the Elite Four, let's take a look at our stats. Honestly, it doesn't look great. For level 73, these stats are all really low. At least our attack is twice as high as it looks thanks to that ability. That does make things better. Still, that only leaves us with about as much attack as we have speed, so not that crazy. Make your final guesses on if we can win this or not. Let's do this. First is Ice Trainer Lorelei. So I tried this fight a bunch of times and kind of figured it would be easy, but we lost every time pretty badly by the time we got to Slowbro. That's honestly pretty surprising, but we're so close to a one-shot on Lapras that I bet 1 or 2 more levels would do it. Maybe I need to replace High Jump Kick with Shadow Ball though. High Jump Kick is hardly stronger than Brick Break, and we've already lost fights due to missing it. I bet Shadow Ball would help more. I'm gonna go grab that. Well, that's not what I expected. 2 levels later and we literally didn't get hit once while beating her whole team. Don't get me wrong, Shadow Ball for sure helped with dealing with the Slowbro, But would you look at her move choice? She wasted a lot of chances to, you know, hit us. Second is Fighting Trainer Bruno. This one was kind of weird. The rock types were obviously easy, but none of the fighting types were one-shots due to our terrible special attack. We ended up winning when we absolutely wouldn't have though, just because Machamp's cross chop missed. Well, I was super lucky. It's funny, I did a Chansey run in this game recently and everyone was saying that cross chop on Machamp was winning because it had no guard or whatever that move is where you can't dodge but you can't miss. No, I don't think Machamp has that move in this game because he just missed. So yeah, that just means that my 6 minimizes Chansey was getting hit by cross chop of all things just through my own classic bad luck. Which does not surprise me at all, but I'm sure it surprises you guys. I see every failed attempt. You see almost none of the failed attempts. You don't know how many tries this stuff takes. Ugh. Anyway, third is Ghost Trainer Agatha. So I actually failed this fight a few times before I got the win where I literally didn't take a hit. Why? Because originally I was mostly using Psychic before I used Shadow Ball and saw it do way more damage. That's when I remembered, despite Shadow Ball having the side effect of lowering special defense, all ghost moves in this game are physical. That means Shadow Ball is using our attack stat, which is double that of our special attack. Yeah, as soon as I remembered that, I nearly swept them. Fourth is Dragon Trainer Lance. It started a little bit rough with Water Onix having Intimidate, so our attack is down the whole fight. I'm careful to heal back up before I take him down, but second is Aerodactyl, who's faster than us and two-shots us with Wing Attack. Yeah, we're really frail, and Aerodactyl is really strong in this game. You know what? We're a way lower level than I thought we'd be by the time I get to Lance. I'll just fight the Elite Four a few times and come back. Okay, next try, 6 levels later, and Water Onix goes the same, even with him ending with Hyper Beam, so we got our chance to fully heal back up before taking him down. Against Aerodactyl, we actually are faster, so now we can win, but we take a lot of damage in the process. That's when things become obviously impossible. Dragonite is next, and he is way stronger than us. We hardly dealt damage with any of our moves, and his wing attacks squashes us. Okay, we need to seriously get stronger. This next try was agonizing. We're 5 levels later, we landed a critical Shadow Ball, we dropped his special defense, and we still couldn't get him to go down because he'd always land with a Sliver and just use a full restore to then easily finish us off. This was my best attempt. The worst part is that I know I could one-shot the rest of his team after this. Okay, level 90. Now this fight is actually way harder because Aerodactyl no longer opens by hurting us. He instead uses Scary Face, so we end up slower than Dragonite, and we lose way worse as a result. Yeah, I'm done messing around. I've already got a bunch of rare candy just from memorizing where a bunch of them are. I'm gonna bump up to level 95 and hope for the best. Level 95. Yeah, it's still harder than at level 87 because of Scary Face. It's crazy how sometimes a little difference in health will make the AI pick totally different moves that can make your life so much harder. I'm maxing my level out. I think it's the only way we stand a chance. Okay, level 100, and 7 tries in, we got this attempt where we didn't get hit by Scary Face. Because of that, we were able to just hardly win, and only because he used a Citrus Berry that kept him from using the full restore. Had he been faster than us or used the full restore, he'd get at least one more hit in on us, and that would have made us faint. After that is just 2 Dragonairs that were one-shots. That fight was so much worse than I thought it would be. Like, I knew that would be bad, but that was really bad. Finally, the Pokemon Champion. Pidgeot was a one-shot, but second was Charizard, who survived Shadow Ball and hit a Fire Blast for half of our health and damage before we finished him. Alakazam was a one-shot with Shadow Ball, and Exeggutor was a much-needed one-shot as well. Against Rhydon, I took my chance to heal up, but he hit Scary Face. I hope that doesn't bite us. Brick Break took him out in one hit, probably from the crit. Last was Water Onix. Kinda happy he didn't start with that due to Intimidate. Anyway, he's faster than us, but he just used Dragon Rage, so I thought he was safe. Psychic did less than half his health and damage, but dropped his special defense. Next round, he not only hit Hydro Pump, but it was a critical hit. We survived with low yellow health, and our next Psychic was just strong enough to beat him thanks to the special defense drop. I can't believe how close I just came to losing. Well, that wasn't at all the kind of run that I was expecting going in, but I guess that's on me for not looking up its ability before I started playing. It's always kind of scary using these harder hitting but super frail Pokemon, since the whole run can come to a halt for 20 straight levels over the most random of opponents. I really hope you guys like that run. The next Pokemon Challenge should be up next week on Saturday like usual, with the big Canada Day special, Pokemon Platinum with only one Bidoof. As always, I'm looking at your suggestions in the comments, in the challenge request section of my Discord channel, and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. Alright, outro time. Okay, so fun fact about this challenge. The day that I started playing this challenge, I actually originally had a different challenge written down to start that day. But as I was about to start it, it was like a Heart Gold with 1 Munchlax, which I'm still gonna do at some point. I just put it to like a different date on my list. I realized that, first of all, obviously that is gonna take an incredibly long time. But on top of that, Heart Gold and Platinum are the only games I have where like the auto fire buttons just do not work. I've mapped them in the emulator, I've mapped them to controller keys, I've mapped them to keys on my keyboard. For some reason, just with those 2 very specific games, I can't get the auto fire buttons working. It works in every other game on the exact same emulator, even Pokemon games. I got no idea. Never been able to fix it. Anyway, that means that I gotta mash the A button and the B button instead, which takes a lot longer and is much harder on the controller and on my hand. And I was like, ooh, that's gonna be hard, but I guess I'll still do it. And then I realized that the week after I'm doing a Platinum run, so it would be 2 runs in a row like that, and I realized, okay, no, that's too bad for my nerves, I shouldn't do that. So that's why I last minute did this first, and that's probably why I didn't look up the ability first and realize exactly how this run was gonna go. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. Anyway, I haven't eaten yet, and I'm absolutely starving, so I gotta run and go eat. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.